This is a new project that I've just started working on today with the help of Claude Code on my Moto Edge 2025 because my computers are currently in storage. So this is called PKSIM at the moment. It is going to be a procedurally generated 3D world, and it's going to be populated with Pokemon. And the Pokemon's data is going to come from PKHex files, so that way you can import Pokemon from any Pokemon game and get them into this simulation. Now, I already have over 100,000 Pokemon to populate the simulation with from my various saves, and I plan to eventually use AI agents to play copies of Game Boy games, start with those because they're the easiest Game Boy Advance games, and basically obtain millions upon billions of Pokemon to populate this world with. And now, in this world, the Pokemon are going to be able to interact with each other. There will be herds, there will be flocks, there will be lots of, what do you call them? Schools of fish in the water, which, they'll obviously be Pokemon. The Pokemon will be able to interact with each other in groups, and also they'll have their own AI characteristics to be able to go off on their own as well and do their own things to have some diversity. I do want to eventually add in jobs into the game, I believe, to the simulation more or less, where like you could have Machops that would mine, and maybe have Torterras hauling the wagons, and other Pokemon could be farming berries. Anyway, other stuff like that. But let's get into this here. So the Pokemon folder is where you are going to put your PKHex files to load them up. That is not working yet. This is the very first iteration. I have 4 iterations so far that I've come up with in the past couple hours. Basically, the future outlook for this project is going to be I'm going to learn how to code with the assistance of Claude, and I'm going to try to have Claude do as much of it as he can, and where I have to step in, I will learn along the way and do that. So, anyways, this is our first iteration here. Now, there are no controls, very repeatable, crappy terrain. That's all we have here. Anyway, this is our second iteration. As you can see, I have now added touchscreen controls. I guess I will say there were controls in the last one, but they were only keyboard and mouse controls, and I am on a phone right now. So yeah, we have a viewable world that you can navigate around with. Turbo speed works. You can go up, down. The environment isn't that great yet, but like I said, this is just the second iteration. Okay. And this is our third iteration. Still no Pokemon in the world yet, but we have improved the terrain generation quite a bit. Given I am still not happy with this at all, but the terrain generation is more varied and loads decently well on my phone for what it is. Anyway, this is our third iteration, right? It's not too bad. Till you get up close. But it's still pretty cool to see how easily Claude was able to create this. I mean, it didn't take that long at all. This was probably within an hour of me starting up Claude Code for the first time after I bought my subscription. So this is our fourth iteration here. I'll just show you how this would work here. You would go here, and then your Pokemon folder here, which just has some PKHex files in it. It obviously doesn't load them into the game yet, but anyway. Now, terrain generation, still far from what I want it to be, but I'd say the colors aren't as good as they were before. but the overall quality of the terrain is much better. So the next thing that I'm going to step into here is trying to get the Pokemon to appear in the world. And also get a character that you can walk around with in first and third person. Now this project is probably going to change quite a bit in the near future, because once I set up my computer and I'll start developing on a computer, obviously things are going to go much faster and much better and a lot more powerful hardware, because I'll be using my 3950X 32 gigs of DDR4 with a 1080 Ti, which is a lot better than this, even though still pretty old. But and then after that, near upgrades in the future, we'll probably be adding a 3090 and then another 3090 or whatever's on the market at the time, so we can start running our own AI models at home to be able to code more effectively without hitting the token limit every 2 seconds. But yeah, in the long term, I want there to be literally billions of Pokemon in here that will basically, even when you don't see them, they will still be moving around the map and going about their business, living their lives. Just not visibly rendered. And I'm not sure if we're going to be able to complete this, but I think I have hope. And well, so far, with the very limited effort and time I've put in, I've already got something pretty cool going on here. But yeah, I guess if you want to see more of this, come back and check the channel, and there will be more development on this, I'm sure. And but yeah, I mean, actually, this really doesn't look that bad, actually, once you start moving around, when you're far away. Obviously, I need to work on the detail close up, so that way there's, like, grass on the ground and trees, and also the resolution of the terrain or something needs to be changed, because the hills are too close together. I forget the technical terms, but basically the purl and noise needs to be altered, basically to not make it so wavy and ripply, because it just looks like too much. Like, you got like little lumps here and everything. But we're 20,000 away from Y right now, and it's still chugging away on my phone, mind you. Which, this is a decent phone, but it's got a MediaTek chip in it. It's not even a Snapdragon. 8 gigs of RAM. So yeah, I can imagine running this on a PC with the graphics improved and everything in the future. At the way we're going, I think that'll be totally doable. But anyway, thanks for checking it out, and yeah, there will definitely be more on this project.